What's up guys, it's Graphic Phoenix back with another video today, and today we're doing a bit of a plant room tour, so let's get started. First off, I guess we'll start with my two little air plants here. You can see there's some nice coloration on this one. It's kind of like a purple hue at the ends of it. I need to get this like mounted and growing somewhere, just so it doesn't die on me, because I don't want that. And then this one's got some really awesome reds, but this one's not doing quite so hot. It's starting to fall apart a little bit. But it's kind of the circle of life. And here we have kind of the taller plants that I own. I can't obviously keep them all in that cage because that cage is only 2 foot tall. So I keep them here. This one has finally some passion fruit seeds. I managed to find a fresh passion fruit at my local Safeway, and I bought 3 of them. They were like $3 a piece, but I got so many seeds and they were so good. I don't care how much they were. I would have spent like $3, $4, $5, $6 on them. Probably wouldn't have bought 3 if they were $6, but they are looking amazing. That's just one of the plants. There's actually 2 in that pot. But I'm super stoked to have that growing. I'll probably end up throwing that in some of my dart frog builds. I actually tried to throw one into the bottom tank, the brand new one that I just made. And it's doing okay, but it doesn't really have the proper soil, so that's why it's not doing that great. I'm just going to open this up for you guys. There's an ivy plant back here. I don't remember what it's called. Hedera ivy. And I believe this can actually go in the dart frog tanks as well. And it's a very nice vining plant that looks really, really cool with those crazy leaves. And it was like $3, so I picked that up too. The coffee plant is doing pretty darn good. It is starting to branch off at the top here, which is really, really cool. And even in the bottom of this one, I actually have some passion fruit seeds growing because I basically mixed in the passion fruit soil that I used into the new pot of the coffee plant because I repotted it. And sure enough, it sprouted some passion fruit seeds. So those seedlings are just starting to get growing. I also did some experiment with my coffee plant to see if it will still grow. And I basically trimmed it off at the top here, just to see if it will continue growing or what exactly will happen to it. I'm not sure, so why not double check and just try for myself. In here, there is a ponytail palm, several ponytail palms that I'm actually going to end up putting in Sheldon's cage here pretty soon. I'm just letting them grow back a little bit because my cat totally destroyed it. I left it out and he decided it would be a good time for food. As you guys have seen while I was showing you the coffee, this succulent, I don't know what it's called. It's just a succulent in my books, but Sheldon loves these. I was going to put it in with Sheldon, but because it's flowering right now, I decided not to because I want it to continue flowering. Check that out. I don't think you can really pollinate them, but look how crazy that looks. Yeah, they look really, really nice. They're just some really plain yellow flowers, but honestly they look fantastic in my opinion, so I'm super stoked that happened. And if you want to check out a closer picture, you can check out my Instagram. The link will be down below, and I posted a picture there yesterday of that. From there, we can move on to this gigantic bromeliad. I have no clue what it's called. I just know that it is freaking awesome. Has this huge flower spike here, and it's just a giant bromeliad. Like, it's huge. It's probably 2 feet across at very least. Probably even more than that, to be honest. It looks gorgeous. I plan to end up putting it in here, just in like a far corner tucked against the wall, so it can get some nice temps and some humidity and start growing for me. And if I ever build a huge dart frog cage, I know what's going in it. See Stella just chilling? chilling like a villain. So from there we can move on to where the dart frog tadpoles are. And I just have some mini phalaenopsis orchids there that are doing quite well. As well as, I don't see any frogs right now, otherwise I'd show you some, but I don't see any at this moment in time. We also have one over here, and this one here actually ended up falling down from here onto my laptop last night, but it wasn't watered recently, so it wasn't wet or anything, which is nice. I would have been very, very upset if it had been. But now that we've covered those orchids, we can move on to the beautiful planted tank. Now this thing has caused me some trouble over the last little while because my old Exoterra light cycle unit on here actually ended up dying. And by dying, I mean like it just completely stopped working. So I went to Pisces, picked up a new one, came home, set it up, had to bring this cage, which weighs probably close to 300-400 pounds. And found out that one didn't work either. So I ended up having to go back, return the old one, and get a new one. Now it's finally working. In here I have two 10.0 UVB bulbs. This one's substantially older than that one. I bought that one like a week ago, and this one came with the tank when I bought it. So in here we have several different things. You can see right there that this is just kind of like moss and some sort of like liverwort or whatever that's growing in there. I don't know what's growing in there, but it looks cool, so I'll take it. Of course, we have more of the passion fruit seeds. This one, this one, this one, this one, and this one are all passion fruit seeds. So I'm not going to go into heavy detail about that, but that's what those are. In the back there, we have a silver philodendron, which is looking really nice. And if you see right there, I can't remember what that is. It's a ficus of some sort. I don't remember. It's like, I can't remember. I know it's like a ficus, but I can't remember exactly what the name is. Here we have a geranium cutting that I started. I cut it out of Sheldon's tank and rooted it with the stem root number 1. And it seems to be working pretty well. So this here is a aluminium plant or aluminum plant. I believe this one is too. I was sent it being called something else, but I'm pretty sure it's just an aluminium plant. Back there, we have an aluminium plant growing with the silver philodendron. Or I guess I should say it the other way around. The silver philodendron's growing up the aluminium plant. We have another aluminium plant there. And then we have this little guy right here that I almost killed when I fertilized the water. But thankfully, he's starting to come back and starting to grow again. These guys are really cool. I can't remember the exact name, but they're like little balls. Like the leaves are like very weird shape. I don't know if you can catch that. But they're like almost clear on top, and they look just really, really cool. So I'm super happy that one lived. I would have been pretty upset if that died, but hopefully it continues growing very, very well. I'll take out a few bromeliads because they look really nice. Hey, a pup! Hell yeah! So this is probably a fireball crossed with something. I don't know exactly, just because I don't have their name, so I can't confirm exactly which one is which. This one's rooted in there pretty well, but I'll send you to the back of the cage. You can check them out. Look for pups while you're down there, considering I can't see because you're above my head. Up here we have a pothos that I rooted just from this pothos, actually, is where it came from. And here we have some variegated fig plant right there. It's doing alright, not too shabby. Then here we have angel wing begonia, which when you look at it from up top is absolutely gorgeous. It can get quite tall. You can certainly put it in a dart frog tank, but you're just going to need to trim it back and keep it under control. Two polka dot plants there, this one here and that one there. This one's doing much better than this one. This one I'll probably just start. This one I'll probably end up just throwing out just because it's not doing very well and it's taking up, 4 inches of space in my planted tank. So we cannot have that if you're not growing well. This is a red nerve plant that is doing really, really well. I will be probably cutting back some of these really tall shoots here and starting a couple new pots of it, and then being able to grow it in the dart frog tanks when I start setting them up. I lent my one dart frog tank that I was going to set up to my buddy just because I have to study for midterms this week and I don't want to be distracted by making a frog tank. This here is an umbrella plant that I started. I might end up trying to do this in like a bonsai format just because the roots are pretty contained in here and the tree is looking pretty decent. Right behind that we have an Oncidium orchid. I have no idea what variety it is or whatever you want to call it, just because I got it from a greenhouse and they didn't have any name tags on it. I will be going to the Calgary Orchid Show May 28th and 29th this year, so if you live in the Calgary area and you're interested in going to that, Google it, it'll tell you exactly where to go. But I'm actually going to take this out and I'm going to water it right away here. You can see here that there's some new growth coming off it, which is really, really nice. Back here we have a fireball orchid with a big pup on it. So you can check that out. At one time there was probably a flower in there. I didn't catch it while it was flowering though, so that's kind of crappy, but it is growing a pup, so that is really awesome. Means it's doing well and enjoying life. Ready to start the new generation. This one here looks really, really cool. I'll show you an above view so you don't get the blowout. But look how red and just beautiful that plant is. This one back here is another amazing one. I don't think there's any pups coming off this guy, but like, just look at it. It's such a nice bromeliad. I can't remember the name off that guy either. And then obviously back there you can see another bromeliad that is very, very well off to sending out new pups. And I'll just kind of rearrange this so you guys can see there. So compared to most plants, it's a little bit different colors with that bright green and purple. I have a hibiscus plant here that's doing really, really well. Sheldon loves that stuff, so especially when it flowers. So I cannot wait for that thing to flower again. There's some like fern thing here that I have that I'm probably gonna end up or giving to a friend because it's just not doing all that well in here. So I guess tough luck. Last but not least here, I'm just gonna pull this right out so you guys can see what else is going on in here. So this is a neoregelia sabotage. It's supposed to be all pink like the middle there, but I guess it just didn't have enough light when it was growing to have that fully. In here there's another beautiful tillandsia or air plant that looks actually really insane. In here there's another bromeliad. Don't know what this kind is, I totally forgot, but look how deep purple that is. It looks so stunning. The last one here is a really miniature one, and you can actually see that it probably had flowers not long ago. Just by right there. I really want to catch these in flowers so I can hopefully try and get some seeds from them, because that would be really cool. Starting my own seeds. And as you can see, that little really mini guy there is actually having a pup, so that's really, really cool. Alrighty. I believe that kind of wraps everything up. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know it's quite a long video, but I do have quite a few plants, so I really do hope you enjoyed. We'll take one gander at the dart frog tanks because, of course, there's more plants in here. Here's a nice bromeliad, and can't remember what those are called. It's like Chandia or Chadia or something like that. I don't remember. Then in this guy here, tons of bromeliads, even more bromeliads, some pothos. It's looking really, really nice. Sheldon, of course. See if he'll do a booty dance for us. There we go. Oh, girl, kill it. And the last dart frog tank's actually down there. I'm not going to bother showing you that, but that kind of wraps up the plant room tour. I guess there was a few cameos from reptiles, but most of you guys will be coming from my channel, so I hope you guys enjoyed. I know this was a very long video. If you made it to the very end, leave the word coffee in the description down below, and that'll let me know that you made it to the very end. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to see more videos like this one, subscribe to my channel. If you did enjoy this video in particular, drop a like down below. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, of course, leave them in the comments. I pretty much reply to everyone. If you just have a really, really silly question that Google can answer for you, that's probably what I'll end up telling you, but I'm a little blunt. Have a good one, guys. Graphic Phoenix is out of here.